Итак, мы продолжаем. Сейчас переоденемся и посмотрим, какие у нас квесты дальше. Железный гроб. Ну окей, посмотрим. Зря переоделись. Ничего, сейчас вернем обратно. Наверное, надо еще как-то одеться. Мне кажется, меня там уже все видели, все знают. Вот hello сказали мне, значит знают, кто я.
Come closer and try something on. You won't regret it. The finest clothes for the finest citizens.
Ну, вот эти усы подняли чуть-чуть. Давайте. Попробуем.
Perfect choice.
Не думаю, что сработает, конечно, но можно попробовать.
What a long day.
Is this familiar to you?
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
Help me, please.
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
Everyone's looking at us, Sherry. You sure you know what you're doing?
Could you help me?
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
Excuse me, but are you Mr. Capello? My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm hoping you could spare a moment to talk.
Manners, what a pleasant surprise.
Most of your colleagues have lacked even the simplest of common courtesies.
The reason should be apparent, Mr. Capello. I am not a policeman. I have taken an independent interest in your situation.
Ah, of course, you're a journalist.
Nothing so prosaic. I'm a detective of sorts with an interest in the interesting, such as your case. I'm not after your money nor a scandalous tale for the Gazette, just the truth.
Ah, how quaint. Bene. Ask your questions, Mr. Holmes.
You are surprisingly composed for a man accused of murder. Not so easily shaken, I take it.
Life is full of surprises. You'd be astonished how many deals go sour due to a force majeure. One becomes skilled at adapting. I am confident this will all be set straight. Until then, I will endure.
Much how you endure that injured hand. Those bruises look painful, but you seem barely aware of it. Were you attacked?
Ah, no, a minor accident, nothing more. My heady days as a man out to prove his valor are far behind me. I now know that to succeed in life, one must stay calm and plan ahead. The world will turn your way eventually. And if it does not, then one must persuade it so.
Please, tell me how you ended up in this situation.
Well, this morning some clients arrived to finalize their purchase of a Capello modular safe. But when we opened the door, out tumbled a dead man.
And I take it this wasn't normal.
No, I normally keep my corpses in the wardrobe. Please, young man, spare me your wit. The rest of the day was a blur. I recognized the victim, and it seems so did the police. That was enough to make me the main suspect.
Who sent for the authorities?
No one. As it happens, we had a break-in last night. Nothing was stolen, but for insurance purposes, the report had to be made. So, police officers just happened to be on the premises when we discovered the body in the safe.
You mentioned you were showing your wares to some prospective buyers when the safe was opened. Who were they?
Clerks from the bank. They inspected the safe from top to bottom yesterday. I assumed the sale was just a formality at that point.
And the safe was closed?
It's usually open, but it locks automatically when the door swings closed. That's another marvelous Capello invention.
A coffin that locks itself. Marvelous indeed. Help me grasp your movements yesterday. What time did you meet the customers from the bank, and did you have any other appointments?
Yesterday, the bank clerks arrived at 10 a.m. Afterwards, I was alone in the office until my wife Augusta came in at 3 p.m. I left for home at 6:30 p.m.
And what about this morning?
Our meeting for the demonstration was set for 9 a.m. I arrived about half an hour prior in order to prepare.
I have one final inquiry. Do you recall the time at which the safe door was closed?
Young man, I may just as well ask you when you closed your cigar case. I have opened our safes a dozen times a day for a dozen years. I do not recall.
You say you became the suspect when the police identified the victim. Is there history between you?
Surely you jest. That man and I have never met and never would, unless he became the first deity in history to use our products.
Some sort of family feud? I'm afraid I'm not familiar.
You must be new to Godona. It's an old tale. Back in Italy, generations ago, the deities tried to ruin our family business. They nearly succeeded. The Capellos rightfully struck back, but there has been bad blood ever since.
And does that blood flow in you too?
I told you, sir, it's an old story, or it was. I fear this horrible event portends worse to come. My wife may be in danger as we speak.
I'd like to inquire about the burglary.
I'm not sure I see the connection, but if you wish to know more, talk to Billy Lloyd, the night watchman. He scared off the thief.
Was it also Billy that discovered the burglar?
No, my wife did. She had stayed late yesterday. Poor Augusta. At least she's safer with the police than at home alone.
Well, Mr. Capello, I think that's all I need from you at present. Where can I find your office?
Here, take my card. Billy should be on site to assist with the investigation. And please, sir, would you check on my wife before you depart?
Thank you. I will endeavour to speak with her before I leave the station.
Please, treat her gently. Women lack our resilience when it comes to ordeals like this. I shall eagerly await your return. After all, little else I can do.
Oh, Sherry, disappointing. We were putting on a show and you call it off halfway through.
Ничего, первый раз проиграли. Можно.
Mrs. Capello, please wait in the office. The inspector will be here soon.
You must be the inspector.
Would you be Augusta Capello?
Must I really repeat myself to every baby-faced man in uniform that strides in?
Forgive me, I am not the inspector, but I am working on your husband's case.
Then I have nothing to say to you. Come back with the inspector in charge so that we may dispense with the endless repetition.
Whilst I prefer German composers, the harp solo from Lucia di Lammermoor stands out as one of Donizetti's finest contributions to the form. I'm sure Basilio thought the same.
He did. How? Did he tell you how we met?
Oh, there was no need. It is trivial to observe how much you value your memories of playing harp in the orchestra, and even an amateur Italian harpist would be familiar with Donizetti's finest work.
Yes. Music is a balm in these uncertain times. It is nice to meet another who appreciates it.
Much as I appreciate the truth. Please, Mrs. Capello, let me help you and your husband.
I am not unappreciative, sir. But I'm afraid I presently lack the strength.
Basilio tells me you were present during the burglary yesterday. What can you tell me about it?
Oh, it gave me such a fright. I fainted, fell to the floor. I wish I could help you, but, I'm just utterly useless. Please, I want to rest before the inspector arrives.
Were you familiar with the deceased man found in the safe?
No, I did not know him, nor can I conceive of how the poor soul ended up there.
You've had quite the day, Mrs. Capello. I shall leave you be. If I have further questions, I may visit again later.
The best antiques in the district.
Так, вот это вроде Адлер-стрит. Да. Еще надо где-то здесь смотреть. О. Вот.
Hello there.
Ill-fitting pants, wonky nose, and hair that appears to have been cut by your own hand. You must be Billy Lloyd.
Oh, it's you! I knew you'd come.
You did?
You're Mirko Gallia, the best investigative journalist on Cordona. I'm a fan of your work.
Alas, you're mistaken. The name is Sherlock Holmes, and your employer...
Oh, of course. Discretion. I'm sorry. I doubt the policeman upstairs heard me, though, so your secret is safe with me, Sherlock.
Mr. Capello told me you were present during the burglary and scared the criminal off the property?
Yeah, you should have seen it. As soon as the burglars saw me, they went white as death. Ran out the back door of the office. I heard a thud and cat shrieks, so I think they went over the railing and into the bushes out back. Clearly, my reputation precedes me. Mr. Capello was so proud.
You're a guard, but you didn't give chase.
Well, by the time I made it outside, they were miles away. So I went back to help Mrs. Capello. That kind of gentlemanly courtesy is why I'm so well regarded round these parts.
When did the burglary happen?
Oh, after 10 in the evening. I was just talking to Mrs. Capello.
Does she normally work this late?
No, it's the first time it happened. Usually I'm alone at night. I was explaining to Mrs. Capello how drinking water every 3 hours can help with digestion, when she excused herself and went back upstairs. Then there was a scream, and I ran up to the office, and...
I know what happened next, thank you. What about last evening? Do you have any more details about the break-in?
Of course. I write down everything that happens during my watch. Take a look.
Fastidious in its mundanity, but I will make of it what I can. What did the thief look like?
Shorter than me, mid-20s, a huge scar across the right cheek going from the eye. Short hair. She didn't look like a ghost. Too corporeal.
Hold on. She? You didn't think to mention the burglar was a woman?
Why did you assume it was a man? It's the 19th century, sir. Ambitious young women are out there pursuing a career, and I, for one, encourage it.
Yes, yes, spare me the sermon. I must go and inspect the crime scene. If I have further questions, Mr. Lloyd, I will find you.
Oh, don't worry. I won't be able to keep away.
Right.
They sell door locks, padlocks. No Sherlocks, though. Probably for the best. Imagine dealing with two of you. Ugh.
Strength, security, peace of mind. Tacky.
Well, you know, that's your opinion, good sir.
Бедный, кошмар.
Bulging veins, cyanosis, bloodshot eyes, odd foaming in the mouth.
Ужас.
Blood on the safe door could have been left by the victim. Bruises, torn nails, bleeding was severe and continued at length. Clothes are not fully buttoned. Was the victim dressing or undressing? Clear indications of blunt trauma, possibly inflicted before the victim was in the safe. What a rotten way to die.
Yeah, what a shame.
Do you know anything else about the dead body in the safe?
Well, there is the rule of threes. You can survive 3 weeks without food, 3 days without water, 3 hours in harsh weather, and 3 minutes
Of you talking?
without air. I'm sorry, did you say something?
No, very enlightening, Mr. Lloyd, thank you. Is this code memo still valid?
Oh, yes, it's the same combination code everywhere. It corresponds to Mrs. Capello's birthday, actually. In fact, during this year's celebration, I was allowed a sip of champagne. That's when I had to dry my trousers, and then I had to...
Okay, thank you, Billy.
I know of it, but... forgot. I don't know.
Have you noticed anything different about Mrs. Capello recently?
Not really. She talks to me more when I start my shift. Probably because of the 100 Best Curry Recipes book I'm reading. Oh, and we've been running out of paper a lot lately, so she often sends me out to buy more for her. She's very particular about the paper we use. Only one store on the island stocks it, and it's on the other side of the town. But I'm really fast.
Interesting, thank you.
I don't know. I don't know.
What can you tell me about Mr. Capello?
He's a good employer, but very focused on work, and very serious about security, of course, since he employed a night watch of my caliber. Not everyone appreciates his strict business approach, though. Store clerks don't seem to last long in the office.
Good to know.
Так, соберем улики. Посмотрим, что здесь есть.
The bottle is half empty. A wine, well enjoyed. Recently used, but why would it be here? Concert program from 7 years ago. An Augusta La Duca is listed as a harpist in the orchestra. Two theatre tickets for Shakespeare's Othello. The performance is tomorrow.
Have to respect the classics. He clearly needs a better work-life balance.
Well-organised workplace?
Mr. Capello is the best.
Okay, this chap is seriously creepy.
Что пропустили здесь? Нет, вроде. Можешь с ним поговорить?
Do you know anything about these entries?
No, but Mr. Capello is so well organized. I use a different method, very popular among the Buddhist monks. You create an attic in your mind and...
I'm familiar. Keep it tidy, put only necessary information in, remove unnecessary information regularly.
What? No, it's called an attic. You just stuff it with everything. You never know what might prove helpful someday.
That is profoundly upsetting.
I know of it, but... forgot.
Do you know whose keys these are?
Probably Mr. Capello's. Police took him so suddenly. I have the same set, but it's more efficient. Has fewer keys.
So you don't have access to the entire office?
No. Only Mr. and Mrs. Capello have the key to the back door.
Do you know what this note might be about?
I cannot presume to know another's mind, of course, but... I think Mr. and Mrs. Capello have been having some familial difficulties. Probably due to their lack of children. One of my oldest friends helps couples with their relationship troubles, and he always says...
You don't have to continue.
Oh, well, he says that to me as well, but I'm perfectly happy to.
No, I insist.
Так, это выход. Мы там точно все забрали? Нет.
The letter F is inscribed within a four-leaf clover pattern. Passe muraille. Walk through walls in French. Our thief seems rather arrogant. The letter F is inscribed within a four...
Ну, как их забрать?
A
Ага.
comprehensive set of lockpicks, recently cleaned with no fresh scratches.
Все.
maybe it would be wise to take a look around outside before we enter. Just a thought.
А что тут осматривать? Все осмотрели.
Can we please do this later? I'm just so exhausted, sir.
Mrs. Capello, please take a moment to study this profile. Is this the woman who was in the office yesterday?
I don't remember.
Что-то
Please,
часто ей
I
становится
feel
дурно.
faint at the mere thought of it.
I see.
Подозрительно.
Forgive me for expecting a gentleman's stamina.
I'm just so exhausted, sir. I'm just so exhausted, sir. I'm just so exhausted,
Ладно,
sir.
будем по порядочку.
I don't know. I'm just so exhausted, sir. Can we please do this later?
Mrs. Capello, would you think your husband capable of that which he is accused?
No. Basilio is a good man, a devoted man. I love him. He cares about his work and cares about me. He approaches all his passions with diligence and temerity. I think there is nothing he could not achieve if he set his mind to it. Indeed, in all our years together, I cannot recall a single business opportunity Basilio failed to see through.
Thank you, Mrs. Capello.
I'm just so exhausted, sir.
To the best of your knowledge, does the safe's combination remain the same?
Nearly always. We have a default combination code we use on all our products for convenience. My husband can change it, though.
And no others?
I don't know. I certainly can't.
What a long day.
Is this note still valid?
Oh yes, we use this code by default for each safe. Now sometimes a buyer may ask to see how it can be changed, but I always reset it afterwards.
And the safe containing the body used the default code, I presume?
As it happens, no. In my demonstration, I wanted to show the bank clerks how easy it was to set a different combination.
Interesting. Thank you.
I'm afraid I have nothing to add to this. Another question? I'm afraid I have nothing to add to this. Not much to say. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I have nothing to add to this.
How long have you known your wife, Mr. Capello?
How is that relevant, young man?
Please, I need a complete picture of all the parties involved. Consider, perhaps, the possibility that the burglar was targeting your wife.
It seems unlikely, though if a Detti was out to threaten my wife... We met 7 years ago. Augusta was a harpist with an Italian orchestra. The passion in her eyes back then. I am glad she still has some of it now.
And you and your wife get along well?
I love her most dearly, and I know Augusta loves me. I fear someday she may be bored at work, but I try to give her all she wants. I'm afraid I have nothing to add to this. Another question?
What was your intent behind this note?
This is private, young man, and hardly relevant.
Its relevance, as it were, remains to be seen.
My wife Augusta joined me in business half a year ago, but works late hours. I worry because I love her. What else do you need to know?
I appreciate your candor. I'm interested in some entries in your diary that may prove important. Could you elaborate on these ones here?
Bene. I won't name the detective, but rest assured that is unrelated to the investigation. It is just one of our clients. And those safe entries are about an interested party who was going to purchase the product. We met yesterday, and today we're to finalize the transaction. Alas, that opportunity is no more.
You've been a good help.
Так, ну пошли. Шахтерский предел. Здесь делать больше нечего. Мне почему-то кажется, что жена она какая-то подозрительная. Вряд ли в полицейской форме нужно идти в банду. Хотя бы так. Тут. Так, где нам надо быть? Смотрим еще раз. Клей-стрит. Клей-стрит. Вот. Клей-стрит. Пробуем.
Other gangs are planning an attack on the backyard, boys. The pipe is...
Трубочник хромой. Хромой, ладно.
Hello, mister. I have some information for you.
I'm not interested in the advice of a man like you. Move aside. I've places to be.
Despite being used, these... I've nothing left in stock.
The worst clothes at the best price.
Так, и где? Очень интересно.
Despite being used, these goods...
The worst clothes at the best price.
Take a look. I've nothing left in stock.
You
О
killed
боже,
him.
нет, ладно, была не
Could
была.
have kept him
В
alive.
самом деле.
I'm coming.
No more crime for you until next month. Take a rest, my friend.
Time to knock this. I thought we were against murder. No, you killed him.
Я знаю.
It's all yours now. Go for it. The snuff's ready.
Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Ладно, тебе повезло.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Какой бронированный. Давай, давай, перезаряжай.
You can overcome the brute now. Hey,
Всё.
you could have kept him alive.
Зато быстро.
Okay, I give up.
This seems a better place for our conversation. I hope you're more talkative than your friends, Miss Sevigny.
You can't do anything. You're not even a policeman. And I didn't do it. I didn't do anything.
Is there nothing you didn't do, Miss Sevigny? Thieve for the gang, break into the Armor Capello office, kill Niccolo Detti?
What? Kill? I didn't kill nobody. No, How?
So you admit the rest. I suppose you won't mind explaining some things to me then.
Явно сбежит отсюда.
You were in the Armor Capello office yesterday evening, Miss Sevigny. The same place that Niccolo Detti was found dead today. What happened?
How would you know? You can't prove anything?
It's written all over you, Miss Sevigny. I presume you did not intend your evening to end with a fall over the railing and a fracas with felines. Need I continue?
Zut alors! It was just a job, nothing else. I was asked to come. Here, see for yourself. I don't know who hired me, but I think they wanted to pin the crime on me. Poor Niccolo.
When were you offered this job?
Ah, mon Dieu. I don't remember precisely. I think the letter arrived around 9:30 in the evening. It sounded tricky, but the money was good.
And you arrived at the office?
Perhaps 45 minutes later. I am very good, sir. I was in and out in 5 minutes.
I don't like lies.
No, wait. Okay. It took 15 minutes. All right? Still impressive, no?
You knew Mr. Detti, how?
Niccolo and I grew up together. I hadn't seen him in years, then ran into him on the street, smiling with some lovely lady on his arm.
And that was the last time you saw him alive?
Wait, until I found him dead yesterday. That same woman was there, too. It can't be coincidence.
You saw a woman in the office?
Mm-hmm. She started screaming, so I slammed the safe door and ran when I saw a guard coming.
Your thieving days may well be over, Miss Sevigny. Until this matter is resolved, you will remain here. Good day.
Oh, Sherry, disappointing. We were putting on a show and you call it off halfway through.
Да ладно, не было никакого уговора. Переоденемся. Но не при даме. Идем в другое место. Может, здесь? Ну, явно жена виновата.
What exactly was your relationship with Niccolo Detti?
Who? What are you talking about?
Madam, please, a young woman dedicated to her music and an enthusiastic artist. Your marriage to Basilio could not have offered all you needed. And then about 6 months ago, you met Niccolo Detti. There was a spark, you started to see each other. It brought passion back into your life.
How could you...
But your tryst didn't go unnoticed. Felicia Sevigny spotted you with Niccolo, but rather than cease your affair, you took care to avoid the public eye. You started working with your husband at the office and met your lover there in the evening after Basilio departed. Billy would not notice, and you hoped neither would your husband. Do I have this right so far?
Yes. I love Basilio, I truly do. But his first passion is his work. I respect that, but it left me adrift. Niccolo. Oh, sweet Niccolo. He was the man I needed. If he had had any other name, I would have talked to Basilio. But he was a Detti.
And your husband suspected something.
I think he did. He asked questions. Billy's schedule was moved forwards here. Yes, he suspected.
And thus we arrive at the heart of the matter. How did Mr. Detti end up deceased in the safe?
I do not know.
Madam?
I don't know anything about his death.
Are you sure this is how you wish to proceed?
It is the truth. Please, just leave me be.
Так, ну явно надо с кем-то поговорить.
It is a shame it has come to this, but it is patently obvious that you are responsible for Niccolo Detti's death.
How dare you? I wouldn't want him to.
I see you need some persuasion. I know that Niccolo Detti went to the office to meet you.
Так.
This is nonsense. I did not know Mr. Detti was at the office.
Боже, сейчас
You knew he was in the safe, but rather than get the
Завалю
combination
дело.
code from your husband, you sought to free him another way.
Что послужило орудием преступления.
I don't
Офигеть.
follow you.
The fact remains you chose to risk Niccolo's life rather than call for your husband, and I know why.
Ну все, тут уже все.
See? You cannot
Обалдеть.
prove anything. Do not presume to tell me my feelings, boy. Leave me be.
I don't think Mrs. Capello did this on purpose. I would have let her go.
Ну ничего, бывает. Так. Может быть, мы тут что-то забыли? Посмотрим. Поправь куртку. Домик это мы видели.
I used this ladder to look at the top shelf, right? On the day of Mother's breakdown upstairs.
Right you are, Sherry.
Этой штуки здесь сейчас нет.
We heard a noise. I can't recall of exactly what, and we didn't have a great view from behind the statue. Books and papers from the table somehow ended up on the floor. Now it's coming to the surface. I feel it.
Вот пару деталей, и все, и дело сдвинулось. Так, вроде только 3. Вот, попробуем.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Окей.
Come on, Sherry. Let's go outside. Wait. Did you hear that? Come here, Sherry.
You call this progress? Charlatan, amateur. I'm not letting you anywhere near my mother again.
So there was a quarrel between them. I heard a noise in the hall. Let's check it out. Sherry, look! We've got a pass.
Новое задание.
An invitation that comes with a mask. We can't miss this, Sherry.
Так. Побегаем еще.
Oh, the room looks nice now. It's comforting to see the way it was meant to be.
My mother always preferred to spend her rare moments of lucidity with me.
That's true. She even stopped Mycroft from joining you. Remember?
I do. He didn't show it, but he was upset. I think Mother paid more attention to me because I was younger.
Может, это еще было или нет? Ладно, ну уже что-то нашли, уже хорошо. Теперь свою идем.
I can sense an incoming memory, Sherry.
To be or not to be, that is the question, whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. I was so frustrated to find only one bed in this room. Mycroft initially refused to bring another for you, but after a week-long dispute, he gave in.
What a stubborn man. How well do you think he would sleep without a bed?
Так, где еще? Идем в зал.
We used to take a shortcut down the banisters, much to everyone's annoyance.
Oh yeah, what fun. They had to fix these handrails several times. I wouldn't try it now, Sherry, tempting though it is.
Похоже, все. Пока что. Попробуем этот квест пройти. Слоник. Прикольно.
I imagine Goliath was surprised to find out his lady was not real.
О, отлично.
Don't pass by.
Come, come. Merhaba. It's a good day for a purchase. May your purchase.
Где-то еще? Да. Отлично. Сколько можно одни и те же новости рассказывать? У них нет интернета, потому что...
Exquisite furniture for you. My goods will brighten up your house. Enjoy your purchase.
О, мой любимый магазин. Бежать через полгорода.
Refresh your interior. Pick what you like. My goods will brighten up your house.
Господи боже. Я бы это даже не покупала. Кишки какие-то.
Enjoy your purchase.
Спасибо. Так, вроде все. Бежим на задание. А что это? А, вот нам как раз сюда и надо. Смотровую площадку. Здесь что-то упустили. Это?
Led Zeppelin, 1880, built in the name of power and glory of invaders, with the assistance of their dog, Edric Arat will be avenged. Somebody used red paint to write invaders over Great Britain and their dog over the governor's name, and then added Edric Arat will be avenged. Interesting.
What is Edric Arat?
Not what?
Did they put it there so people don't forget they are still in dear old Britain, regardless of the climate?
Either that, or it's a reminder for the locals to behave. Somebody seriously doesn't like this machinery floating above their heads.
If they mean this revenge thing, something bad might happen. Maybe we should look into it. What'd you say, Sherry?
Killed with one perfect shot to each eye. Can you imagine?
Где толпа? Вообще никого не вижу.
Don't pass by.
Don't miss out on the best carpets on the island.
Oh, we're going to blow it out of the sky. I saw the stuff in the yard. That...
Сезам-стрит, Скарлетт-стрит. Ищем. Сезам-стрит вижу, Скарлетт-стрит вижу. Где-то здесь.
Are you sure you want to go in there? Breaking into the secret meeting of those radicals. I don't see how we could pull off any peaceful negotiations.
For radical meetings, John, we have some radical means of negotiation.
Так, у меня броня какая-то есть, интересно. Господи, что это? Ясно. Ну, явно не это. Ладно, оденемся, как обычно.
Not we.
Пошли.
Remember? Be careful.
Драться будем, 100%. Ну да.
I'm coming for you. I couldn't miss the party.
Too simple.
I'm coming for you.
Ну, иди сюда. Почти. О, отлично.
No more crime for you until next month.
The snuff's ready.
Ах ты ж. Ну.
It's all yours now. Go for it.
How do you do? Don't cry, you'll live.
Что, нет? Ай, прости. Давай, перезаряжай.
Time to knock this guy out.
I'm coming.
No more crime for you until next month.
I'm coming.
Take a rest, my friend.
I'm coming for you.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Офигеть.
I'm coming.
Сколько?
Too simple.
I'm coming for you.
I thought we were against murder.
Get ready for some.
It's all yours now. Go for it.
Меня сейчас убьют? И все. Все. Я быстрее их, конечно, убивать. Это очень долго возиться. Конечно, если получится, я не буду этого делать, но если совсем припрет, то не буду возиться.
Take a rest, my friend.
Блин.
Oh, you killed him. Hey, you could have kept him alive. You can overcome the brute now.
go, Symbol.
I couldn't miss the party. Lead.
Ух ты что.
I'm gonna hurt you.
The snuff's ready. Time to knock this. Hey, you could have kept him alive.
Не.
Take a rest, my friend.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Все.
Maybe that was too radical, Sherlock? After all, those people were only seeking justice.
By shooting other people in the face. They found their justice.
So the justice is you shooting them in the face. This whole story began with a death. I don't see how more death can be a better way to end it.
Now, let's check the yard. I want to learn how they were planning to shoot down the airship.
We'd better make it quick. The noise you've caused here may bring us more trouble. I thought you wanted to explore the yard before leaving. We'd better not miss anything important.
The radicals plan to load the missile battery onto boats and sail close to the airship. So they hope to bring down the airship by using these missiles.
How did a small group of conspirators manage to smuggle artillery to Cordona? How many people are on board that airship? You've just saved their lives, Sherry. Not to mention the people below, should it have crashed on the island. We should call the police to sort this all out.
No need. Somebody from the neighborhood already called them once the shooting began. Besides, I'm not in the mood to explain why I'm standing here, armed, in this grim situation. We did all we had to do. Let the police do the rest.
Выполнили квест или нет? Интересно. Да. Попробуем. Начинаем этот. Юго-запад Гранд-Сарая. Юго-запад Гранд-Сарая. Тут. Интересно, я туда бегу вообще? Похоже, что нет.
Good day, sir.
Merhaba. Good day to be alive.
And, by extension, a poor day to take a bullet. Why are you just standing there?
I came to take the deceased to the cemetery, but caught sight of Mother Nature's bounty and had to drink my fill. He won't mind anyway. Let me tell you, friend, the sweet sea air, the calming whisper of the waves, it's a salve for all ills.
Do you know what happened here?
Officer said there was a duel, shots fired, and then that fellow took his last breath. Reminds me of last year.
So the inspectors have been and gone?
Of course. Police don't let an undertaker do his work before they finish theirs.
Who died?
Oh, no, mister. It is not my place to say.
Not your place? Nonsense. As you say, he won't mind.
Death with dignity, that's all we can hope for, sir. He doesn't need his name out there.
You mentioned a previous incident.
It was in the old city ruins. I remember the deceased was very rich. Front page news, very, very rich he was. But a coin makes a poor shield, as I always say. And who needs it when a view like this is free?
We're done.
This man is no more. He's ceased to be. He's expired and gone to meet his maker. He's a stiff. Bereft of life, he rests in peace. You know the rest.
The bullet entered the heart at an angle, implying it was fired from an elevated position. He died instantly. Predictably, the rumors were exaggerated. The blindfold is intact, with both eyes unharmed. A Webley top-break revolver. Blank cartridges filled with a wax-covered gelatin bullet. Effectively harmless, even at close range, but leaves a nice red splash on impact. A key for a birdcage? I'll take it. The duelist eventually reloaded his gun, but all the cartridges were filled with red non-lethal rounds. A blindfold, discarded or lost. Your opponent was behind you.
You know what? That undertaker has a point. It is beautiful here.
Blank cartridges filled with red wax-covered gelatin bullets. Most assuredly non-lethal, if rather theatrical on impact. The corner of the box is broken, likely from being dropped. A case for dueling Webley revolvers.
Удобно, конечно, когда так улики расставляют.
Gosh, how exciting. I always wanted to be a member of a club. I bet you couldn't join. No good at following orders, are you, Sherry?
Ah, the contest then. I shall prove my blind devotion, so to speak, to their inane rules, and you shall eat your words. Red stains, relatively fresh.
Ага, кто-то из укрытия стрелял.
A Lamette revolver, 42 caliber. One chamber is empty, the others are filled with live rounds.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
The victim was killed by someone up on the wall. It may have been the referee who took advantage of the duelists while they were blindfolded. This seems plausible, but I must consider all options. What if there was another person here?
Что еще?
The victim was killed by someone up on the wall. There may have been someone else here, a fourth person waiting for an opportunity to strike.
Как можно не уметь плавать, когда живешь в таком месте? Научилась бы. Просто красота.
Sometimes I think beauty can blind you, or you can be blind to beauty, you know? Did he see it all around him, do you think, before he covered his eyes and drew his pistol?
Can we please leave the nattering behind?
Oh, friend, relax. Life's too short to be short with people. Doesn't ring a bell.
There is more to this case than meets the eye. The victim fell not to his dual opponent, but a hidden marksman in the ruins. Abandon your oversimplistic ideals and tell me the name of the deceased so his killer can be caught.
Ah, that is wrong, to be sure. Okay, the man's name was Eric von Staub. I heard the officers say that he lived in Scaladio.
At last. You may return to your vacant stare.
Какой грубый. Кошмар. Надо где-то поискать. Может быть, в Chronicles что-то будет. Что ничего. Ничего полезного. Юг Скаладио. Юг Скаладио, Баскервиль-стрит. Смотрим. Это здесь должен быть. Вот. Длинная улица. Ладно, будем искать. Между Верно-стрит и Бонапарт. Верно-стрит и Бонапарт. Вот Бонапарт. И Верно-стрит. Да, где-то здесь. Жаль.
Extra, extra! Thief throttled! A lady was living a double life.
Так, надо переодеться, наверное.
Good day, officer. Miss von Staub awaits you in her boudoir.
Boudoir.
Good day, miss. I regret to disturb you at this tragic time, but could you spare a moment?
Oh, officer. I've been waiting. Is his body still in that horrible place?
A horrible place? I should introduce you to the Undertaker. But first, you and I shall get to know one another.
Красная краска, это как на месте преступления было. Может, он издевался над ней? Она отомстила.
I am Officer Holmes. I take it you are Magda von Staub, the sister of the deceased?
Oh, pardon me. Yes, I am.
My deepest condolences, Miss von Staub. Your brother's body will be returned to you shortly, as I believe the case will soon be closed. Nevertheless, there remain some formalities requiring attention. May I ask you a few questions?
Oh, if you must. But I'm unsure if I will be of much help.
Forgive my intrusion, but I must inquire about your bruises. Did you take a tumble?
Oh, I have a weak disposition. It is not so bad, but my skin marks more easily than a peach. It is the least of my sorrows.
But, Miss von Staub, I can tell you suffered new bruises even before the old ones had healed.
I have nothing more to add, Officer Holmes. It is what it is.
Do you know if Mr. von Staub had any enemies? Someone that may have sought to do him harm?
Enemies? I don't know. He and I did not discuss such matters, and he was rarely called upon by visitors. My brother's only guests were his friendly contests, but I was not allowed to participate. I merely heard it all from my room.
Contests?
Eric would practice shooting on the patio, and occasionally friends would join him, but I couldn't tell you if they ever argued.
Where were you when your brother died, Miss von Staub?
I was here painting Eric's portrait. My God, you could have asked the servants.
Alas, I needed to hear it from your lips. May I take a look at Mr. von Staub's room? His personal effects may prove invaluable in our understanding of the case.
Please do. Here's the key.
It appears the parents are dearly missed. Our beloved parents, 1875, Baden-Baden. Rest in peace. How many German composers feature here?
Здесь вроде все.
Look at those vases, Sherry. Bet they cost a fortune. Would be a shame if someone broke them.
О, похоже на квест.
Oh, I love it when you're reckless. Were those Limoges porcelain?
Боже, зачем
You
я
have
это
a keen
сделал?
eye?
Well, I suppose it's yours. Next time, shoot with a blindfold.
Надеюсь, никто не заметит. Ясно. Было полезно. Что застрял? В земле. Чуть-чуть.
An ointment by a Dr. Herbert with a lavender and pine scent. A handsome portrait of Eric. Miss von Staub does
Ага,
have
это еще не его комната, а ее сестры.
The rounds have been emptied. The black paint looks thick. It's been mixed with something.
Угу. Химанализ проведем. Или нет?
The end and the beginning. She covered the locked windows with paintings, but the atmosphere remains oppressive. Sad home for a young woman. She covered the locked windows with paintings, but the atmosphere remains oppressive. Sad home for a young woman. Excellent score.
Ну-ка, может, еще что-то здесь? Уже все. Пушка, божечки. А вот это явно комната брата.
A wealthy man in his 60s. Sir Barnaby Boddington, 1879. A typical crest for a league or a guild. Club headquarters, 190th anniversary celebration. This whip is well loved and well used.
Похоже, был говнюком. Поэтому она отомстила. Убила его. Ага, это походу, когда мы расстреляли эти вазочки. Выполнили второе условие. Еще третье осталось. И судя по письмам, брат был против какого-то ее избранника и сам хотел выбрать ей, на его взгляд, подходящую кандидатуру. Поэтому, видимо, так и произошло. Его убил или она, или какой-то еще человек, которого мы еще не видели. Красивый балкон. Даже очень. Просто супер. Пробую еще раз с ней поговорить. Может, она что-то расскажет.
I don't understand.
There is an unfinished portrait of your brother in your room. Beautiful to be sure, but one detail drew my attention. Why did you add gunpowder to your black paint?
You entered my room? I thought you were only inspecting Eric's.
It is standard procedure, Miss von Staub. Now, tell me about the gunpowder.
Eric's art was his shooting, and this painting is my tribute to him. It felt appropriate. We're both artists in different ways. I'm sorry, I don't follow. I beg your pardon?
I found burnt letters in your brother's room. I believe they were addressed to you.
To me? From whom?
They appear to be from some of your suitors. Why did you burn them?
I didn't. I didn't even know about them. Eric, he never said a word.
Mm-hmm.
One of the revolver cases in your brother's room is missing. Do you know where it may be?
I'm not permitted in Eric's quarters. I suppose he must have taken it with him. I'm sorry, I don't follow.
It seems you and Mr. Boddington were to be engaged. Were you as thrilled at the prospect as your brother?
Mr. Boddington is not how I had imagined my husband. But it was Eric's choice. I didn't dare dispute it.
Так, там еще были какие-то служанки, попробуем с ними еще поговорить. Может, скажут что-нибудь.
Excuse me, just one question.
I'll gladly tell you everything I know, officer.
Тут никого. Тоже. Дверь закрыта.
Good day, officer.
Are you able
Miss
to help
von
me?
Staub
I'll
awaits you
gladly
in her
tell you
boudoir.
everything I know, officer.
Угу. Отлично.
Extra, extra! The hive gets stung! A substantial police sting target... the hideouts of the hive
Надо
crime
искать этот
syndicate.
дом.
Read all about it.
Are you able to help me?
I am not in the habit of cooperating with authorities.
What's up? Look who's here.
Are you able to help me?
I'm sorry, officer, but I don't know.
Hello.
Help me, please.
Sir, I would tell you if I knew, I swear, but I don't.
Может, надо переодеться?
May I ask for your assistance?
Of course,
О,
officer.
наконец-то.
Let me tell you.
Посторонних не пускаю, значит. А мы, кажется, взяли... Кажется, взяли желтый. Вот. Отлично. Идеально. Ужасный костюм. Просто. Хотя выделяется на общем фоне. Так. Еще раз. Где нам? Солс-Рой, Silent Way. Баскервиль-стрит. Баскервиль-стрит. Silent Way, Солс-Рой. Где-то здесь. Вот. Вот он, вот он.
Please come in, sir. The gentlemen are waiting for you.
Fancy? Not every manor has a custom floor.
That is the von
Often think we check
Kramkreis, the old
submission
Prussian
box.
noble family.
My
They must be
application
patrons of the
deserves
club.
Prompt consideration.
Угу. Отсюда. Блин. Уж тут я думала, не надо будет драться. Похоже, везде надо будет.
It's the killer. Shake a leg. Get him.
Не работает, да, на тебя? Ладно.
It's all yours now. Go for it.
Хоть бы спросили, кто ты, откуда. Нет, сразу стрелять вот это же не вариант. Давай, хватит, надоел ты мне.
I'll put you 6 feet under.
Hey, you could have kept him alive.
Обалдеть. Так, бежим.
Can overcome the brute now.
I couldn't miss the party.
Ow! Ow!
Take a rest.
The snuff's ready.
No more
Coming for you.
Take a rest, my friend.
Давай, до свидания.
No, you killed. Hey, you could have kept him
Прям в
alive.
лицо.
I thought we were against murder.
Как тут можно, или тебя, или их? Все.
I suppose you'll tell me it was self-defense, right? Because from where I'm
хватит.
standing, it looked like murder.
A nice apricot aroma. Orillan schnapps, I presume. Half full. 2 glasses with dregs of alcohol. Should I pour us a drink, John? Glass crushed underfoot with damp traces still visible.
Здесь.
The same ingredient was used in the dueling revolver's ammunition. All these places are perfectly secluded, ideal for private duels. Clever system.
Здесь все. Как выйти? Так, как выйти отсюда?
Finish the job, murderer. But know this, I will not go easily.
Calm yourself. The name is Sherlock Holmes, and I'm here to investigate the murder of Erich von Staub.
Surely you jest, after the massacre you just unleashed.
Your compatriots attacked me, and I responded in part. The outcome was regrettable, but unavoidable.
Just get on with whatever you came to do. I don't trust a word you say.
So you are Mr. Von Kram, one of the club's best shots, the referee of the deadly duel, and the prime suspect of the case.
Heinrich Fergen von Kram, but you're incorrect. I am the best shot at the club, and I had nothing to do with Erich's death.
Your clothes tell a different story. The dirt on your trousers confirms your presence in the old ruins, and the red stain on your jacket is from the wax-covered gelatin your club uses for non-lethal rounds. I suspect you took a hit from the other duelist after Mr. von Staub was shot dead. A better shooter would have avoided it.
I am innocent, but if you persist in your slander, that may well change.
Fine. Answer my questions and prove me wrong. Otherwise, I shall simply inform the authorities we have our man.
First violence, now blackmail. Ah, well, I have nothing to hide. You may even search my surrounds.
So, what transpired in the old ruins?
Everything began as normal. The signatures, choice of weapons. I checked it all, and then blindfolded the duelists. Erich stood to my left, and his opponent, Mr. Dorfman, to my right. Before they could begin, the killer fired. And I'm sure it was not Dorfman.
Why are you so sure?
The sound was different. Not a Webley revolver, and further away. The killer must be an excellent shot to hit the heart.
What transpired after the shooting?
I heard Erich cry out and fall. Mr. Dorfman turned and fired at the killer, but I shouted at him to stop and help. I tried to save Erich, but it was too late. He was gone.
I'd like to speak with the other competitor.
He left the island. Mr. Dorfman was sure that the killer was after him. He is innocent, I assure you.
Indeed, from his position it would be impossible to fire the bullet at such a downward trajectory, but he was a witness. Shame. You have a nice collection of pistols, Mr. Von Kram.
Ah, a fellow connoisseur of firearms. Did something catch your eye?
What caught my eye is a missing Lamat. Where is it?
Ah, that one. I lost it in a bet. A rare failure of mine.
A bet with whom?
That's private, Mr. Holmes, and unrelated to your investigation. I can't help you with this. 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 I've never seen this before. I can't help you with this. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't help you with this. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't help you with this. I've never seen this before.
It seems you owed Mr. von Staub a small fortune.
A fortune to you, perhaps, but a trifle to me. Our debts ebbed and flowed. In our next contest, there was every chance I would win it back. Eric was too concerned about all that. Frankly, he often lacked the demeanor of a nobleman. His progressive tendencies could be grating. I've never seen this before. I can't help you with this.
As it happens, a Lamat 42 caliber revolver was discovered at the crime scene. You said you were missing a Lamat, yes?
I did, but my Lamat was a 36 caliber.
And you can prove that?
My word is proof enough. If I said it, it is true.
Last year, there was a similar incident in which a duelist died. What can you tell me?
A tragedy. I shot too well, and my opponent stumbled from the impact. He slipped and fell down the cliff. I regret it all. I have not participated in a duel since. Instead, I only take the role of a referee and supervise the proceedings for safety. I swore that no other club member would die in a duel. Alas, someone else intervened.
Recordings labelled in Braille.
Your ability to perceive the world can be developed with work and concentration.
Doesn't appear to be the happiest childhood. Cecilia von Kram with Heinrich, Cologne, 1864. Mein Wunder. How to sharpen one's senses. Addressed to Heinrich von Kram and written with a nervous hand. Arrived just yesterday.
Так, здесь все? Или еще что-то посмотрим?
You and Eric were competing for the position of honorary consul, yes? Quite the title.
We were, but he stood no chance. Only a true nobleman could take such a role.
Difficult for him to contest it now. There must be more you can recall from the day of the duel.
I wish. My eyes make me a poor witness, I'm afraid.
Yes, your blindness. An affliction since childhood, one presumes. No scars on your face, and you carry yourself with confidence.
I'm starting to see your worth, Mr. Holmes.
But this limitation developed your other senses and made you an excellent marksman. So, tell me, did you notice anything else?
I do recall a floral smell. Something artificial. It was sweet and fresh and came from the direction of the killer.
Я думаю.
Do you recognize this scent?
Yes. This is it. The smell I noticed at the ruins. Where did you get it? Do you know who killed Eric? Tell me his name.
I need to
Я
be
знаю, кто
elsewhere.
это. Это сестра. Ну, наверное, ее можно понять. А где она там жила, я уже забыла. Вот тут. Красиво здесь. Только как спуститься. Так, я переоденусь, потому что меня этот костюм что-то раздражает немножко. Вот так.
Miss von Staub is awaiting the police, sir. Perhaps you might visit on another day.
Ясно, ясно.
Good day, officer. Miss von Staub awaits you at...
Going on a trip, miss?
No, I'm leaving permanently. This place brought me nothing but sorrow. I am sorry. What do you want?
I think the time has come to be honest with each other, Miss von Staub. I'll start with my confession. I misled you in our previous meeting. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I do not work for the police.
What? I don't understand.
In actuality, I was independently investigating your brother's death and came to an unexpected conclusion.
How? Why?
It was not a tragic accident, miss. It was cold-blooded murder. And I know the culprit.
No. Who is he?
Nice try, but as you well know, I'm talking to the culprit right now.
What? Are you out of your mind?
Certainly not. Allow me to explain how you killed your brother.
О, опять это.
The missing box in your brother's room contained a lamat, the same weapon used for the murder. You stole it to kill your brother.
What? No. Eric was obsessed with guns. I bet he simply left that revolver somewhere else.
Yes, it was left somewhere else. The crime scene. Abandoned in panic, a typical feminine response.
No, I've never been to that cursed place. None of that makes a whit of sense. This is monstrous. I cannot endure any more of this nonsense. Eric was my brother, and I am in mourning.
All that is left is your confession.
All that is left is your departure. Take your garbled theories elsewhere.
The law is the law, and murder is murder. You should have sought freedom through more civil means.
The sickness of men runs deep. You dare speak to my civility. You dare tell me what I must endure. That evidence of yours will prove nothing, and then I will show you what it means to be uncivil.
Но, тем не менее, она в тюрьме. Хоть мы не смогли доказать это. Ее вину. Ладно.
Sherlock, she didn't deserve that. She just wanted to be free. Where's your compassion?
Я не буду переигрывать, нет. И так уже долго играем. Ладно, продолжим, наверное, в следующий раз. И будем бегать по основному квесту, так что оставайтесь, дальше будет точно интереснее.